The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello, welcome to TVWAN News. In this edition, proposed amendment, Kerma in darkness for too long, and New Caledonia claims title. Prime Minister James Marape has proposed an amendment to the organic law on the duties and responsibilities of leadership, aiming to impose stricter penalties including 5-year dismissal from office on leaders who fail to submit their annual statements. The proposed amendment also includes substantial penalties for individuals who obstruct the Ombudsman Commission or intimidate and interfere with witnesses. This is a landmark legislation which has never been done by past governments.
Prime Minister James Marape has presented the proposed amendment to Parliament last Thursday, June 8, 2023. In the initial vote, it received unanimous support from the MPs with a vote of 87-0. A second vote will take place after 2 months of the amendment to become law. PM Marape explained when introducing the proposal amendment, Section 4 looks at the statement of income of leaders who are both elected and appointed. The proposed amendment also encompasses the following provisions: protection of information received by the OC under Section 22(1), increase the penalty for failures to attend and produce documents as required by the OC under Section 31, increased penalties for individuals refusing to attend and provide evidence in OC inquiries, increased penalties for contempt of the OC, including disruptive behavior that hampers its work, and imposition of restrictions on former public office holders from holding other positions. The proposed amendment suggests extending the restrictions on former leaders holding directorship positions to include national or domestic companies as well as foreign enterprises. This acknowledges the broader range of potential conflicts of interest that leaders might face. Additionally, the exclusion period will be reduced from 3 years to 1 year, recognizing that the risk of abuse of position diminishes over time. The penalty will increase from 1,000 kina to 5,000 kina, and the imprisonment term will rise from 3 months to 12 months. Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
Prime Minister James Marape has expressed his gratitude to all MPs who voted in favor of a new legislation that would bar politicians from holding public office for a minimum of 5 years following dismissal. The proposed amendment to Section 31 and Section 219 of the Constitution received unanimous support in the first parliamentary vote, with a final vote scheduled in 2 months to enact the law.
On Thursday, June 8, 2023, Parliament demonstrated overwhelming support with an 87-0 vote for the proposed amendment Section 31 and Section 219(1)(a)(4). Section 31 addresses the disqualification of MPs who have been dismissed from public office, while Section 219(1)(a) grants authority to the Ombudsman Commission to investigate public servants and individuals employed by state-owned enterprises. Section 31 currently mandates a 3-year disqualification period after dismissal for misconduct in office. It is recommended to extend this disqualification period to 5 years. The penalty regime of the Ombudsman Commission has long been outdated and requires a thorough review to meet reasonable and appropriate standards. The revised penalties should serve as a deterrent, reflecting the level of resources invested by the Ombudsman Commission in its investigation and the establishment of leadership tribunal. Consequently, Section 31(1) will be amended, replacing the term 3 with 5.
And this is a start of process to work towards strengthening Ombudsman Commission, tidying up, cleaning it up. I just want to inform you, Mr. Acting Speaker, Parliament, the process of continuing reform Ombudsman will take course, not to dilute its role, but entrench its role, and also make it rise above all the current impediments we have at the moment in Ombudsman and elsewhere.
The Prime Minister, whilst commending the MPs, said this proves that the leaders prioritize the national interest over personal gain. He further emphasized that Section 219(1)(a) empowers the Ombudsman to investigate public servants and those employed by state-owned enterprises.
And so this is a work in progress for us, part of our work towards cleaning up all systems of government in preparation for a nation to go beyond 25 years or 50 years of independence at 2025.
Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
Police Commissioner David Manning has called on Member of Parliament for Yalibu-Pangia Peter O'Neill to make himself available to police investigators for allegations of perjury emanating from the UBS Commission of Inquiry. Manning, in a statement, said based upon investigations into the UBS Commission of Inquiry report, they are satisfied that O'Neill gave false evidence whilst under oath.
Commissioner for Police David Manning has appealed to former Prime Minister and MP for Yalibu-Pangia Peter O'Neill to cooperate and make himself available by Monday morning to Director Crimes Chief Inspector Joel Simatab at the National Police Headquarters in Konidobu. Manning released a statement on Saturday, adding that after a thorough investigation and assessment of the facts, they are satisfied and have sufficient evidence that O'Neill has perjured the inquiry, thereby committing an offence under the Commission of Inquiry Act of giving false evidence under oath. However, O'Neill, in a statement in response, said violent crimes, kidnap for ransom, rape and murders along with crippling corruption have been skyrocketing, but nothing has been done to address the issues. O'Neill has welcomed the opportunity to face the courts to test the Commission of Inquiry, as he has faith in the fairness of the courts, but denied the perjury claim, stating it as a false claim. Manning said the ultimate objective of the Commission of Inquiry was to establish whether there were breaches of PNG laws and constitutional requirements in the negotiation and approval of the UBS loan, whether PNG as a country had suffered as a result of the deal, and whether the persons involved can be held accountable. O'Neill, however, said it is nearly 12 months since the UBS Commission of Inquiry ended with no findings against him, but was instructed via a media statement by the police commissioner on Saturday to attend questioning on the next day, a Sunday. He said he will attend at 10 a.m. on Monday, the 12th of June 2023, for questioning at Konidobu Police Headquarters. O'Neill says he remains steadfast and more committed than ever to Papua New Guinea and the foundations of democracy. Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
This is TVWAN News. After the break, Makiba's intentions as Bougainville Affairs Minister and Kerema power outage.
It was during and after COVID that really motivated me to want to take up life insurance. I think savings is very important, and I think One Talk Delight provides a disciplined approach to savings, and it's a good investment to want to think about the future, because it's always nice to have plans for what you want to do later on.
for life.
Enjoy life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. Hot in talk, young or old, let's raise family meal at home. We'll bring out the smiles, cause it's our favorite for minds. Sandy, see, call us, scare rice, don't scare, scare price. Sandy, see, call us, scare rice, don't scare, scare price. Amber, you like it?
From the rich soils of the highlands, the finest coffee has been grown by generations of Papua New Guineans, expertly blended and roasted with over 80 years of experience, making the finest cup of Nescafe New Guinea blend, PNG's own coffee.
The Toyota JD Hi-Ace bus comes in 14 and 15-seater high-roof luxury model powered by 2.8 liters JD engine for optimal performance output, fuel efficiency and quietness, designed with improved safety features and easy maneuverability for tire steering angle. The Hi-Ace lift suspension and annular frame structure is opted for smooth ride, comfort and safety. Experience the ride on the Hi-Ace bus and experience the Hi-Ace pride, the bus that exceeds all expectations.
A quick favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook, and with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in PNG and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier but you like it more.
Welcome back. The Minister for Bougainville Affairs, Manasseh Makiba, will be making a ministerial statement on Tuesday, May 30, addressing also concerns raised by ABAO member Sepuka Temu. Sepuka called to concern the lack of a bipartisan committee on post-referendum Bougainville. He also raised the issue of reconciliation, peace building and social justice protection.
Two important commitments.
Manasseh Makiba informed Parliament of his intentions as Minister responsible for Bougainville affairs that he intends to table the referendum results in this 11th Parliament.
That by this Parliament, the 11th Parliament, will have to make decisions on the future political settlement for Bougainville by 2027. And the other commitment is for the minister responsible for Bougainville affairs to table the referendum result in this year, which I intend to do that.
Minister Makiba says he intends to make a proposal for members of parliament to debate and adapt a procedure by way of secessional order. He says there is an issue regarding the ratification of the process by which Parliament will adopt to make a decision on the referendum results.
So, from the advice I'm getting from the State Solicitor's Office to the Office of the Minister for Justice and Attorney General, and from the clerk, Parliament's clerk, is that before I actually table the referendum result for the Parliament to make a decision, that procedure needs to be in place. And in my statement next week, I intend to propose that procedure by way of a sessional order for Parliament, for the members of this House to debate and adopt that procedure by way of a sessional order.
Makiba agrees that a bipartisan committee needs to be established to progress work on post-referendum. Furthermore, Sepuka Temu raised the issue of reconciliation, peace building and social justice protection to address issues of vulnerabilities caused by the Bougainville crisis to mitigate the effect on the society. Sepuka says in the area there is a gap in terms of national action to properly allow the affected peoples to be settled through the entire peace process.
Properly institutionalizing the reconciliation, peace building and social justice protection to take care of such disadvantaged people, not only through the Bougainville conflict, but through, for example, disasters, tribal fights. How do displaced civilians properly re-engage back into society? We, as a country, have not yet properly institutionalized those processes.
It has been almost 5 months since Kerma town in Gulf province had been without power. The cause of the power outage is due to a mechanical fault with a PNG power genset that has taken this long to fix. Currently, town residents are kept in the dark and don't know when power will be restored.
A mechanical fault to a PNG power generator has taken almost 5 months to fix, and Kerma town remains in the dark. According to residents, PNG power is unreliable in updating residents on the genset issue. The last update from PNG power was in March that the generator was experiencing faults due to damaged engine parts, and PPL would make purchase of the spare parts abroad. Since then, the power outage still continues into the month of June. The Kerma Hospital morgue have been affected. Government offices are operating on standby generators, spending thousands, while most residents have been using hurricane lamps and solar lights. Schools have been affected by the continuous power outage. Families have been put under financial stress as they spend more to power up their gensets. On average, a public servant in Kerma receives 1,100 kina fortnightly. Since the blackout, most of the salary is being spent on petrol and diesel to run a 2 kVA genset, and this is costly. They have called on the provincial authorities to find a long-term solution to the ongoing power outage. The Gulf provincial government and administration say it is fully reliant on the PPL management to sort out the issue. It states that the township is reliant on a generator to supply power as the province is not on the national grid. On Friday, June 9th, PPL Kerma manager Dos Ipanda briefly said the parts for the gensets have arrived and PPL mechanics were in town to fix the problem. He assured residents that power supply is likely to come back by next week after inspections and testing, adding that PPL sincerely apologizes for the long delay. Susan Oreape, TVWAN News.
And now, the weather forecast for the next 24 hours. And that ends the news segment. Sports is next. Stay tuned.
There's a sense of pride when you're able to do something right, a financial decision that has just really good benefits. With BSP Life Insurance, there's that alleviation of that worry when you pass away. The benefits of the BSP Life Insurance would meet those expenses on behalf of my family. If you're young and you have kids, you owe it to your children to make sure they're not left behind when you pass on.
With you for life.
He loves the Maroons. He loves the Blues. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Laga, Bunyamyumi.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo and milk taste and added nutrients, Milo and milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Prime PNG made. All Mama Flame is story all same.
Me say you seen flame flower long one yem. Me say me Kim Kai belong family belong me. You go more yet.
Man belong me save like him flower balls belong me what them kawa na spring onion. All pikinini belong me save like him to mas pineapple donut me save walk him lo house. Me make kumu mix him want them cow na karamapim long flower.
Tasty hash browns.
Time is kelly one time wala pela kai. Me save kisi more kai long all get a toya mi tromoy one time flame flower.
You in a pecking more one time flame flower.
Hardware House launches the low-cost quick build kit home, built with quality building materials from the leading manufacturer of steel products and kit homes, Atlas Steel. Going now at introductory prices: 1-bedroom kit home at 79,000 kina, 2-bedroom kit home at 99,900 kina, and 3-bedroom kit home at 125,000 kina. You can also opt for solar units to be installed in the kit home at an extra charge. For more information, email info@hardwarehouse.com.pg.
Welcome back. New Caledonia's AS Academy Feminine wins the inaugural Women's OFC title after defeating the Koloale Football Club of Solomon Islands 3-1 goals yesterday at the Sir Hubert Murray Stadium in Port Moresby. The football club performed so well in all its round matches to clinch the title. Their crowning as the inaugural Women's OFC Championship is a deserving reward for their strong performance.
The New Caledonia team had a strong outing and was dominant in their performance. They got it right from the start, and their round 1 victory proved the difference. Their win against Hekari United was a defining win. Not only it put them in front, but also it showed how quality of a side they were as they embarked on the remaining games. They showed it again in their third match against Labasa FC of Fiji. Although they were well contained by the Fijian team, they found a way to come out on top. It was their desperation to win that gave them the inaugural Women's OFC title yesterday evening at the Sir Hubert Murray Stadium in front of the soccer faithfuls. The New Caledonia's AS Academy will now go in the history books of Women's OFC as the first ever champions. They won the title convincingly by winning all 4 round matches without losing any. The team came into contention for the title midway through the competition after the convincing victories. The initial title favourite, Hekari United, showed the visiting teams that they are the best in the region, but their defeat to the eventual championship let them down. The champion New Caledonia walked away with the cup title, but host Hekari United received the fair play team of the tournament. And the team's inspiration skipper Mari Kaipu claims the Golden Boot Award as the team registered the highest number of goals in the championship with 17 goals. As the 2-week-long event came to an end and New Caledonia walked away with the cup title, the other participating teams will go back to the drawing board and try their best to qualify for the next Women's OFC. Congratulations to the New Caledonia's AS Academy Feminine for representing the Oceania region in the FIFA World Club Challenge later in the year. Rex Lita, TVWAN Sports.
Fiji's Labasa FC women's football team were farewelled today in a small reception held by the Fiji community in Port Moresby after 10 days of action football. Fiji team Labasa FC finished off their OFC Women's Championships League campaign on 4th place, and a take from the Champions League is immense with a lot of learning experience. Labasa was among 5 teams who competed in the inaugural OFC Women's Champions League in Papua New Guinea.
Of I think four tough teams from other countries. From this tournament, I can say that when we go back, we will focus on our weaknesses and we'll do better so that next year we get to win the OFC League Championship.
Croton Hella Wigmen defeated Agmak Rabal Gurias 16-10 in another last year's grand final rematch at the Santos National Football Stadium yesterday. Both teams went toe-to-toe in the brutal defense despite some disjointed attacking plays. But the defending premiers proved too strong for the men from East New Britain.
The Croton Hella Wigmen had a scrappy start to the season, losing a handful of matches before discovering their form. And this match in particular proved that you can't rule them out just yet. The Wigmen hit the scoreboard 11 minutes into the match through winger Kyril Saber and converted the goal to take the early lead. 10 minutes later, on the 22nd minute, Kyril Saber scored his double to extend the score margin 12-0. They maintained their lead until half-time break. After identifying where they fell short and what had to do to hold the Wigmen outfit at bay, the Gurias gave their best shot in the opening 10 minutes to register their first try through their centre Regan Naipo. Conversion was unsuccessful as they trailed 12 points to 4. Both sides were physical and brutal in attack, denying each other the opportunity to score further. 6 minutes before full-time, the resilient Wigmen grabbed another try to further their lead 18-4 with the successful conversion. Another try came to further the lead 24 points to 4. This was deemed a winning try for Wigmen, but the Gurias showed never-say-die attitude to fire last one time in the 79th minute, pushing their scoreline up to 10, but it was too little too late for the men from the East New Britain province. And the exciting grand final rematch has once again go to the Wigmen, who held on to win 24 points to 10. Following this match, there is not much expected to change in the points ladder in Pool B, as Gurias is expected to still sit on top. It is clear from where they sit on the points ladder and how they have been playing that they should be in the finals come September. Rex Lita, TV1 Sports.
Flame Fight Gym Promotion kickboxing club from Eastern Highlands Province was massive in the clash of the regions between Highlands and Southern last Thursday. The club was one of the 6 kickboxing clubs from the Highlands region. Out of 4 fighters representing the Flame Fight Gym Promotion kickboxing club, Joseph Amana was exceptional.
Joseph Amana was a shining light for the Highlands region and the Flame Fight Gym Promotion kickboxing club in the 68 kg weight division bout. From the get-go, he was all but dominant in his fight. Joseph was tested earlier by kicks from the opponent Fidelis Pillai. The match-worthy opponent put up a great fight, but it was the experience that gave Joseph upper hand to grab the win. The Highlands representative fighter is not a new face in the fighting square. He has fought in a couple of big fights before, and his fighting record is better. He won 4 of his last 4 fights, and this one makes it 5. And he hasn't lost any representative fight yet. All 4 fighters from the Flame Fight Gym Promotion representing the Highlands region fought very well and won in the class of the regions. This will be a boost for the club and the region as they prepare for another event. Kaupa Omena, who also represented the kickboxing club in the fight, was proud for the outcome of the event. Highlands region won the class of the regions and his club contributed massively towards the result. Kaupa, the Flame Omena, said, though he was impressed with the way his boys fought, he praised the only woman in the club, Ata James, who also won the fight against her opponent, Drua Kumbakon. After this impressive show, the Flame Fight Gym Promotion is hoping to get many female fighters into the sport. The Flame Fighting promotion team is expected to return to Goroka early next week. Rex Lita, TV1 Sports.
And that ends the news tonight. Have a top week ahead. Bye for now.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.